guys, what's going on? My name is Louis, and God bless to every single one of you. Today is March 1st, 2026, and welcome to the Grand Supreme News Channel. Guys, we have an urgent breaking news coming out. Persia says, in the coming minutes, the most powerful operation in the history of the Persian armed forces will be launched towards the Holy Land and American bases in the coming minutes. Wow. So at any time things could hit the fan and it could get a lot worse. You guys saw what happened in Dubai. I mean, man, what happened in Tel Aviv. I mean, it's the Persian State TV said the most devastating offensive operation in the history of the IS Republic of Iran armed forces is set to begin shortly, targeting the occupied territory of the Holy Land and the US bases. Now guys, the news media out there in Iran, those journalists, I mean, they're crying live on TV, literally crying. They're crying because their supreme leader is just out. But the streets, the people are celebrating. All right, and guys, we have some more breaking news. We have tons of news. Donald just put out a very important information. We got Doomsday planes up in the sky right now in Washington, D.C., and it's 666 miles per hour. 666 miles per hour. Give me a second here. 666 miles per hour. Man, oh my goodness. Wow. At the same time, the planets are aligning, and we are about to see the blood moon Monday or Tuesday, and the Doomsday plane is traveling 666 miles per hour. Can this be a message? I'm not saying Donald is the Antichrist, but can this be a message? 666 miles per hour. What are you doing, Doomsday plane? US Air Force Doomsday plane is airborne on a most unusual flight towards Washington, D.C., and is speeding at 666 miles per hour. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. We have New York City Mayor Zohan condemns the Persian strike, of course, because that's his buddy, calling it an illegal war of aggression. Yeah, your buddy is taken out. That's the reason why you're very upset. Wow. There is a lot of stuff coming out right now, guys. There is a lot of stuff coming out. Persia, I'm going to say IS Republic, no, IS Revolutionary Guard Corps, has formally pledged severe and decisive retaliation against the sleeping giant and the Holy Land following reports of Supreme Leader death. Now it says here, meanwhile, a visibly emotional anchor on Persia State Television erupted in anger, declaring that Donald is going to pay a price no American president has ever paid. Revenge is coming like never before. And that's the reason why I post a video worldwide. American citizens worldwide has been worldwide caution. So in other words, we need to be aware of our surroundings. Keep your eyes open. Donald and the vice president and other leadership, they have extra security now. We have something much more powerful than that. We have Jesus Christ. We have God. All right. So one thing I tell you, I do believe that God has placed Donald in that spotlight. You have Donald is taking, Donald is basically taking out leaders. I mean, we talking about gang leaders and nation lead. I mean, it's just a biblical prophecy going on here. Biblical prophecy going on. What are your thoughts on that Doomsday plane, guys? What are your thoughts on that Doomsday plane? So, the Persian Gov has just declared 40 days of national mourning over the Supreme Leader. 40 days? 40 days? All right, 40 days. An intelligence source and a military official told the CBS News Saturday evening that roughly 40 Persian officials had been taken out. So 40 officials taken out, 40 days, I guess, right? So about 40 Persian officials have been taken out in the Sleeping Giant and Holy Land strikes. An intelligence source and a military source told CBS News Saturday evening. Now, it was not clear whether these officials, these officials were in one location or multiple locations. Donald said the supreme leader was taken out in a strike. Persian defense minister and Revolutionary Guards commander are believed to have also been taken out. Two Sleeping Giant officials speaking to CBS News under the condition of anonymity to discuss national security issues, told CBS News. Now, guys, if things hit the fan, because I got a feeling around 1 o'clock, we're going to get a lot of breaking news. But I'm not going to be posting videos. I have to wake up around 6 or 7 in the morning. I have to go to church, and it's going to be a long day at church. So I won't be able to post video until 2 or 3. But again, I'm just going to rest because I stayed up to like 6 in the morning putting out all the news, and this one here is going to be my final one. We got some breaking news here. Another person. The former VP says she does not approve of Donald's decision to strike Persia alongside Holy Land, calling it an unnecessary gamble with the Sleeping Giant lives. Oh, but you guys approve Ukraine stuff. And the bear almost launched a nuclear in 2022. The bear is Russia. Now she added, let me be clear. I am opposed to the regime change war in Persia, and our troops are being put in harm's way for the sake of Donald's war of choice. Oh, but your buddy Joe almost started WWE out there with the bear, and gave Zelensky over $200 billion. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oil prices are expected to rise when markets reopen. Fill up your gas tank, guys. After the US and the Holy Land launched airstrikes against Persia, there's a 46% chance Persia will close the Strait of Hormuz, a key route for global oil trade. Situation's about to hit the fan. Now, Donald said he's not worried about the oil prices going up. He's more worried about human lives. So he's keeping an eye on all that. Now, guys, let's see what's going on really quick. I want to go back to that Doomsday 666 miles per hour. I mean, this is some serious stuff here. Why is going 666 miles per hour? Is this a warning? $666 miles per hour. So here's the date. All right, so March 1st of 2026. I mean, what are your thoughts on this? All right, so give me a second here. So here's what we got, some news from the commander-in-chief. It says here, Donald has told CBS News that he believed today's strike by the Holy Land and the U.S. against Persia, which resulted in the passing of the Supreme Leader, had been effective and could create a pathway to diplomacy, stating that negotiations could be much easier now than it was a day ago. Obviously, because they are getting beat up badly. I don't know, guys. Do you think, removing the Supreme Leader, do you think everything's going to be fine from now on? Again, he said everything's going to be great, but at the same time, he got the highest security ever. And everybody's on high alert. Donald further said that there are some good candidates to lead Iran in the wake of the Supreme Leader out, but isn't the Supreme Leader's son taking over? I think that was the Supreme Leader said if something happens to him, his son is going to take over. It says here, but did not elaborate on who those candidates could be, adding that Persia relations so far has been less than they initially believed. It's what we expected, Donald said of the retaliatory response, but he noted that Persia attacks so far are less than what the U.S. and its allies anticipated prior to the start of Operation Epic Fury. So, can this new leader, again, everybody's so happy and this and that. I'm just the type of person that I stay aware. You know, I don't celebrate and stuff like that. I would celebrate the day that Jesus returns and see him in the clouds of great power and glory. That's a day that I'll be celebrating, running and towards, just running towards Jesus. But here's the thing, guys. What if the next person to take the spotlight in Persia could be the son of perdition, could be the Antichrist, could be, playing a huge role along with Donald and the Gaza rebuilding of all that. I mean, people need to be fully focused. Don't buy into the hype. Like, yes, we did it, Donald. You're the man. Again, pay attention. Do not be deceived. All right, stay righteous. Stay towards Christ's path. All right, pray for everyone, leadership and stuff. But again, I'm not going to get too excited. Like, who's the next person? Things are going good. And remember what the Bible said. There will be many events to come. The Mid East is playing a huge role of Bible prophecy. South America is playing a huge role of Bible prophecy. There will be some kind of new leader. Venezuela. Cuba is also another one. Donald is a man that is removing leaders and is placing new ones. Wake up. New ones are going to take the spotlight, and they weren't voted in. You had a commander from a country that is surrounded by ocean that is removing all these individuals, and they're going to be putting new people, and he's going to be in control of them. He's the one that's going to accept them. Okay, you can run this country, but you guys are under us now. Pay very close attention. Pay very close attention. Now, I'm not saying Donald is the son of perdition. I don't think he's the Antichrist. The Bible explained that the Antichrist will be a young individual. Donald's way too old for that. It will be someone else. Someone that won't have any desire of being with a woman and stuff. He's just going to be a virgin, I guess. And very young, knowing multiple languages. It could be the one for Iran. Who knows? But yeah, so I don't think Donald is the Antichrist. He might be, used. He's being used to open the door for the son of perdition. I don't see Donald knowing scriptures. I just don't see him like reading scriptures. Again, a lot of people believe that he's not a Christian. I believe that Donald, he believes in God, but he's not like fully in hunger when it comes to the word of God. We got breaking news. Give me a second here. Explosion reported near, Iraq. Sleeping Giant troops are based in the area. Oh man, guys, we gotta send prayers to the troops out there. Man, jeez. Clouds of thick black smoke rise from an impact site at Erbil International Airport. Man, the airports are getting hit in different countries. Ooh. Breaking, the CI headquarters in Dubai, UAE, has reportedly been struck. That's a sleeping giant territory. They're getting hit. Remember what Persia said in the coming minutes. All right, so let me go. And boy, oh boy, people better wake up because here comes the blood moon. Boom. Joel 2:31. I will show wonders in the heavens and on earth, blood and fire and billows of smoke. The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Wake up. Wake up. We are definitely witnessing Bible prophecy happening right in front of our faces. Now, I'm not saying Jesus is coming in March 3rd. I'm not saying that. No one knows the day or hour. Not the angels, but only the Father. All right, let's go with this one here. So, this man went to the White House a few days ago. He's asking for, I don't know, I think $21 billion for housing and stuff like that. I guess he can't go after the rich. But Donald, he kind of told him, I told you so. I told you so. Now he's not pleased with Donald about the military operation in Iran. The NYP reported that Zoran, the new mayor of New York City, supposedly free food and free bus ride, none of that's happening, strongly condemn recent sleeping giant and Holy Land military strike on Persia, describing them as an illegal war of aggression. The mayor remarked, nah, you know what's illegal, dude? Illegal is when you took your own book and you put your hand on it to be sworn in. This is a sleeping giant. This is a Christian nation. You don't bring your own book, especially that belongs to the Mid-E. Again, we use our own book. A one nation under one God. It says here the mayor remark came amid a dramatic escalation in hostilities after coordinated strike on Persia targets, part of a newly opened chapter in Tehran-Washington tensions. The mayor's remark came amid a dramatic escalation in hostility after coordinated strike on Persia targets, part of a newly opened chapter in Tehran-Washington tensions. Zoran blasted the offensive as a catastrophic escalation, warning that such action mark a catastrophic escalation in an illegal war of aggression, and insisted that Americans do not want this, urging that the country's focus should be on peace and domestic crisis rather than intensify foreign military conflict. His comments underscore growing unease among some sleeping giant political leaders among the direction of American foreign policy at a time when military engagement with Persia has transcended rhetoric and enter active combat. Now, these statements coincide with reports that the sleeping giant and the Holy Land have launched extensive operation against Persia military and governmental infrastructure, a move that has drawn global attention and sparked fears of a wider confrontation. Persia's response has included threats of retaliation and mobilization of its own military assets, raising fears that localized strike could broaden into sustained conflict. The mayor's position reflects broader domestic division over the U.S. role in the Mid-East and highlights how quickly tensions with Persia have escalated from diplomatic posturing to military action that many fear could precipitate a full-scale war. Once again, Zarwan, well, he condemns Persia's strike, calling it an illegal war of aggression. Guys, I posted a video not too long ago about this one here. Ex-FBI boss warns of imminent terror event on Sleeping Giant soil. That's the reason why they have a high security for Donald and the VP. They all have high security. We are being told to also be aware of our surroundings and be prepared. You know, always keep your eyes open. And they also said that there will be so many security activity across the country. So they're giving us a heads up. You're going to see a lot of enforcement. You're going to see a lot of things in the streets, you know, a lot of cops. So, yeah, they basically letting us know to be aware. A former FBI boss has issued a stark warning over fears Persia could activate the Sleepers agent in the Sleeping Giant to carry out strike on Sleeping Giant soil as vengeance for Saturday's bombardment. Chris, an assistant FBI director in the mid-2000s, said Hellsbowl and other Persian-linked groups may feel they have nothing left to lose after Donald unleashed Operation Epic Fury this weekend. Chris told the news, "We got a concerned animal here. We've got a concerned animal here. And if ever we are going to see strike on the U.S., this will be the catalyst for that." So is he referring to Donald? It's a tinderbox right now, Chris said. You've got the leadership of Persia in a state of desperation. Now, he added that while Persia-linked sleepers may previously have hesitated out of fear of Sleeping Giant retaliation, that might no longer be the case after the joint U.S. and Holy Land strikes this weekend. He urged the FBI and the intelligence community to be on their toes and assume there are plans ongoing for a strike in our Sleeping Giant country. An agency official said that the agency teams are on elevated alert across the country. The agency, the FBI, did not confirm how long the alert will remain in effect. Once again, Sweaker told the news there was no question that sleepers linked to Persia exist in the U.S. We know that they are mainly here to raise funds through different frauds, he said. Food stamp fraud, SNAP fraud, just various crimes. Now, Sweaker, who led the FBI Charlotte, North Carolina office from 1999 to 2004, said he encountered the sleepers during his time at the Bureau. Well, the sleepers are here, and you got Joe, you know, the former leader. He bought like 20 plus million here during his 4 years in power, and he bought a whole bunch from the Mid-East, from Afghan. He bought like over 200,000. Most of them were men by plane. Brought them here. 20 plus million. Like, what in the world is wrong with you, dude? Don't you remember what happened September of 01? We will never forget. Yeah, well, people forgot. We will never forget. Yeah. Everybody forgot. Everybody forgot what happened in NY. I can't believe people forgot. I will never forget that day. And it seems like it was yesterday. I will never forget that day. And I was living in North New Jersey. I was living in Patterson. All right, so I'm not going to read this one here, guys, but again, you have Persians celebrating worldwide after the supreme leader out in the Holy Land strike. You got these people are celebrating, they're happy. Now you change the channel and go to New York City. You got a whole bunch of sleeping giants just not happy. I'm like, what in the world is... They're not happy because it's the blue state, that's why. They do things different out there in those blue regions. Alright, let me just refresh the page here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you again for your support. Alright, give me a second here, guys. Ooh, we got... Hold on. Give me a second here. Something strange is going on here. This is weird. Walls Alert just put out this information. According to reports, the Sleeping Giant operation in the Mideast had involved the Anthropex Clade, despite Donald issuing a ban on it just hours before. Wow. So Donald has ordered all the agency, federal gov, to remove that. And I guess we know why, because they used it for this military operation. Now they're done with it, get rid of it. Wow. So yeah, that's what I'm saying here. So Donald bans it, Pentagon uses it, Wall Street Journal leaks it. Who exactly is running the country right now? Oh, Donald is still running it. Everybody's talking about it now. According to the Wall Street Journal, the Sleeping Giant Central Command CENTCOM and other military commands utilized the Anthropex language model during today's strike campaign against Persia and the defense of allies in the Mideast, despite Donald and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth blacklist of Anthropex and its product for use by the military on Friday. So I want to go back to this here because people need to pay very close attention what's going on with the signs of the heavens. Guys, today, yesterday, February 28, 2026, all these planets aligned. 6 planets aligned, planetary parade, February 28th. When this was happening, you had war breaking out. Now, is something big going to happen on March 3rd? Are we going to see something? We saw something on February 28th. Donald gave the green light. Are we going to see something on March 3rd? We need to pray for the Donald. We need to pray for the sleeping giant. Hopefully nothing happens on March 3rd. But these signs of the heavens are playing a huge role along with these wars. People need to pay attention to all these signs of the heavens. And I want to show you something really quick here. So, it says here, on March 3rd, 2026, at 3:33 a.m., so 33333, in a blood moon, this is also Purim, a Jewish holiday. Purim is a Jewish festival that celebrates deliverance from destruction, the survival of the JEWS people from a plot to wipe them out in Persia. Amazing times of Bible prophecy. The sad part is nobody's paying attention. B-2 bombers likely hitting Persia tonight. That's a scary bird. That is a scary bird. That bird is responsible for obliterating Persia nuclear facility. Man, we have some advanced stuff. Wow. Whew. Wow. I know the angels just like, man, humans got that stuff, man. Wow. We are so far advanced with all these technologies. Well, guys, it seems like this is all the information here. Give me a second. Seems like Yemen is playing a huge role here. Breaking drone intrusion in Holy Land near the border with Jordan, likely to be from Yemen. They've been really quiet. We have a breaking news here. The president of Persia. The president of Persia dropped a direct message. Tehran is under massive strike, but then standing firm, vowing retaliation, and calling on the nation to stay united. Wow. Once again, guys, this is where we at. Okay, so I want to bring this up really quick here for those of you that are not too familiar with the dates. All right, so this is what's going to happen, and it's going to happen March 3rd. So those are the time frame on the left side. So you have Eastern time, Central time, Mountain time, Pacific time. All right, so America is going to see the blood moon. But this is going to happen like in the early hours, like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. So not too many sleeping giants going to be up to see the amazing sign. But again, they're going to have a live stream. There's going to be a live stream. Yeah. Putin hasn't said anything yet. Putin has been really quiet about this. Hold on. Give me a second here. Breaking. Setcom drops footage of HIMARS firing ATACs. Wow, they used ATACs at Persia radar and missile launch position across the country. I know Zelensky is calling Donald right now. Zelensky is like, Donald, please. You got Nicholas from Venezuela. You got the gang from the Mexican leader gang. You got the supreme leader. Can you please take Putin? Donald's not going to take Putin. He's not going to do that. Donald and Putin is like good friends. So Donald understand Putin. Putin understand Donald. All right. And plus, these are two countries with nuclear. And if something happens to Putin, there's a dead man switch. They're going to fire a whole bunch of nukes. And yeah, that's not a good idea. I don't think Donald is going to go after him. Alright, guys. I think I'm going to end it here. But I I want to thank every single one of you for your support. And if you guys supported through the super chat on this live stream, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that support on the live chat. Usually I put the PayPal and the Cash App link, like where the live chat is at, it's pinned. So whenever you guys want to help support the channel, we prefer you guys sending it to that PayPal link or Cash App, because all your funds, all your support will go to us. Again, the support that you give us. Now, if you support through the super chat on YouTube, they take out a certain percentage. So again, they get their part, we get our part. But if you guys want to just support us, the PayPal link and the Cash App link is there. And also another way to support the channel is through Patreon. $5 a month will get you access to our live stream. We go live once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on this platform. But anyway, guys, I'm not going to be posting no more videos. I got to wake up early. I got to go to church. And I will be posting videos later today. It's going to be around 2, maybe 3 Eastern time, p.m. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.